Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and as you can see, this is another pickups video. As you can see behind me, we have quite a large haul for the month of May. Now, I know we're in June. Why are you doing this now? Didn't get around to doing it because of other issues, because we're currently living in a very strange time at the moment. Other issues is because family priorities took first, so can make sense, and anybody who does have a family will understand. So, but as you can see behind me, we have the Dinobots, and also a few other Transformers there. This side, we've got a heap load of Mighty Maxes to go through. So, let's get into this. So obviously, first things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Mighty Maxes that I've managed to pick up. Now, some of these you may recognise, some of them you may not. Obviously, Mighty Max was done by Bluebird Toys back in, I believe, between 1994 and 95. Don't quote me on that one. Oh, it could be 92, 94. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure it was 1994. But basically, they had a really, really good line. They had their girls' versions, the Polly Pockets of that time, of that era, and there was also the boys who got things such as this. Now, what we've got here is the Mighty Max Fly. Yes, it is complete, and a lot of people may or may not have seen this one, really. So I'll just put it a bit further back, and now this opens is we lift this part up here. These eyes split open. The top part opens up, and as you can see, the wings are a nasty little creature. And we've got the Max, he's tucked away in the top there. And then we've got the Spider Robot. When it decides to relinquish. So there we go. There's the Spider Bot with the legs. And you also get the main enemy in here. So the Fly enemy. And this was a really good, very highly painted set. As you've got all the screens there to replicate all the Fly's eyes. All the insides. Got all the larvae as well on the inside. I believe it was larvae. Not entirely sure. There's Max inside there, tucked away safely. I mean, you can get him out and you can do what you wish with him. I prefer just to keep them safe wherever they tend to hide. So yeah, the Fly was a really, really good one for me, a really enjoyable set. It's actually a lot smaller, the smaller of the sets that you get in the Doom Zones. And I mean, I don't know why that was, to be honest with you, I really don't. So I'll just move this guy out of the way. So let's put this back together. Well, when it decides to go back together, it does go that way, doesn't it? Or does it go that way? No, it goes that way. It's definitely that way. Let's take this off screen for a moment. Oh no, duh. That's actually my fault. This actually goes a lot further forward than what I thought it did. So I just didn't pay attention, that was my bad. So then the fly goes in there in a moment actually. I'll just close this down first. Lift that up. Put him in there. Keep him nice and safe, nice and snug. Close the eyes. Close the front. You don't have to open the front first, that's entirely up to yourself. There we go. He just virtually just seats in there. Open that back up. Close that. Close this. Is that guy in the way again? Oh, that guy's in the way again. I'll stick him in one of the eyes. Close that. Close that. Fold these wings down. Just open one of these eyes just so that I can shut this guy in here. Get in there, you. You have caused enough problems. Get in. There we go. And that's it. That's the fly. Very fun set. I like it. It's very cool, colourful. Very, I mean, it's different compared to the other sets. So we'll just set this aside. So that was one of the first in that haul. The next one, well, next one should I say, which I'm not actually going to open up. They are all, well, one of them is near enough complete. So these were, if I just tip the camera a bit further up, these were the Battle Masters. So we've got Fang, we've got Cybot, and we've got the Love Beast. So there we go. Now there were actually a lot more to this set. I mean, I do have another one, but I've had him like since I was a kid. He's also complete. So I've got the Hydra, I have Cybot, Love Beast, and Fang. There's also Gargoyle and Conqueror. Gargoyle and Cybot are the rarest of them. With this one, it's really quite notorious for people to lose this panel at the top. Same with Love Beast. He's notorious for losing the sword out of everything. But yeah, they all have everything. I mean, the Pharaoh's inside there. You got that. There is actually supposed to be like a little missile thing. So I want to say they have everything. I mean, they have all the main parts. This is missing one of the missiles, but that is the only thing missing from him, from Cybot. But these were later on in the Mighty Max line. These came out, I believe, at the same time as the Schoolmaster head, the Mega head. So that was really intriguing. I mean, I picked up these sets really quite cheap for what they are. Apart from this guy, this guy was the more expensive of the three. But I'm not going to lie, it was a really good payday, so I decided to treat myself. And all very clean. All have their maxes, which is unusual. They also have all their weapons, apart from, like I said, this missile here. And there's supposed to be like some sort of glowy thing that sticks in his hand. But that's easy enough to get hold of, actually, quite surprisingly. So there's a guy that I know who stocks like all the different parts, etc. So that is the Battle Masters, Mighty Max Battle Masters. Great figures. they're no good as a single play set on their own. You're better off like having them really as display pieces. If anything, I mean, they're way too small. But I mean, I could say small, but then you've got the next lot coming up, which is the monster heads. Now, I have 4 of them here. So here we go. And these are really actually quite rare. So these weren't really great playsets. So here we go. We've got a Zombie Commando and Jackknife. Just to give you an idea, that is the bad guy. I think they were just like these were supposed to be like the cheaper end of the Mighty Maxes, and these have ended up being like one of the most valuable, because no one bought them. They all wanted the big sets. But I thought they were really good. I actually like these. And then we've got the Imperial Dragon and the Samurai Serpent, Mecha Crawler and Octos Line, and I forgot what this guy's called. Doctors. I know it's a Phantasm. I think he's the Phantasm. That's Doctor something or other. Can't remember his name. That's quite embarrassing. But yeah, these were actually. I like these sets personally. I had an original Mecha Crawler, but that is notorious for being lost, so I ended up getting a new one. In really good condition as well. So the monster heads were basically the more basic child friendly, I'd say, of the Mighty Max toy line. I mean, you can see they were still pretty detailed. This one's two-toned for how simple they were. So, but I mean, toys back in the 90s, me personally, my personal preference were a lot better than what they are now. So moving these ones aside, we'll move on to the next lot. So the next lot well, it's a few really. So we've got a Dreadhead. Basically, these were a belt buckle or a belt clip-on. It actually showed you on the packaging that they used to be able to clip on your belt. The Mighty Max was inside, and that was basically it. When I'm saying that the other ones were basic, I mean these were really basic. But lots of people bought them. I remember that I went to the shop for this one when I got my first few, and I'm like, oh, I really want the skull with the blood on the teeth and everything to my mother, and she went to Woolworths, which was a toy shop in the UK at the time. They pretty much did everything, to be honest with you, and sadly I could never get hold of this guy, so somewhat 20 years later I eventually ended up with him. Now he takes pride place in my collection. The other two, when I said that there was a few, is Lockjaw and Corpus. There is a variant of both of these, so a different colour variation. These are pretty rare anyway. Lockjaw has a very particular fault, and if it's not the lock bit, because as you can see that's really quite thin, breaking off because people try to put that on there and then jam it shut and then it ends up snapping off. It's this guy, the bad guy. So as you can see, the axe is the notorious bit for breaking. Now, as you can, I hope you can't see anyway, I actually had to repair this guy because I got him, I literally had him a single day, and the axe broke, and it wasn't even being rough with it either. So, I mean, the Generation 2 Mighty Maxes did definitely lack on detail, really did. Corpus, on the other hand, from Generation 2 was by far one of the more detailed ones. So, and he was the first double hinge, as you can see there. He is complete. So we've got the Gravedigger, we've got Corpus here, and then we've got the Mighty Max. Oh, actually no, I've got the Mighty Max coming for this one. This is the Max to a different set that I actually don't own, so I'm going to look into owning that. So these two, definitely two of my favourites. I do only need one monster head, two of the dread heads, which are the big, like the belt buckle type things. I need one shrunken head, which are the really tiny ones, to complete the first series, two for the second series, and the last two horror heads. But for the last two, I'm looking at like some serious money. Doom Zones, I do still need quite a few of those. So put these aside. The next one, now personally I'm very excited about. Anyway, I don't know whether anyone else would be. But this came out and it just drove people mental. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to put the camera up and move the camera back. Now this thing, it may look big there. It isn't actually that big. It was a humongous playset. For the time that it was released. A lot of people wanted this. This is Mighty Max trapped in Skull Mountain, and I have a lot of the parts for it. So the turtle, the rock monster, double-headed dragon, Schoolmaster, the crab. I mean, the crab just like works on a cog, as you can see. And people really wanted this set. Probably went to town. And this was actually a restoration that I've done. It came with the lift, it came with the Schoolmaster, came with the rock monster and a crab. It didn't have a Max, didn't have the turtle with it or the dragon. There was bits loose, dirt all in it, what looked like sand if you wanted to describe it, and it was very, very unclean. It needed a good restoration. A lot of chip paint on these teeth to the bridge here, which I actually repainted in the same original colour that obviously it was released in, and then obviously you close it here. That's where it would lock. I believe that the warmonger just sits in there. There's the 2 dragons. Here's a platform. What moves, comes in and out. And just here, there was a very, very heavy amount of paint that had been damaged. And I managed to restore it. And it's not too bad actually. I mean, you can probably see the slight paint difference anyway, but the thing is that when you're working with restoration projects such as this, you have to really, really try with them. So that is basically my haul of Mighty Maxes. So I'm going to put these aside just here, out of the way. And what we are going to do now is going to go into my Dinobots. These have, all these have been repainted. So here we go, we have Snarl, all redone. You can probably hear my daughter in the background. Then I got Strafe. He's had a complete repaint as well. All completely repainted into the Knight's armour that really I wish that they'd have released them in. Then we've got, oh, just turn him. Then we've got Scorn. Here's my boy. I mean, you can probably see he had a full repaint as well. He was a pain in my ass to paint as well. Very, very difficult, not gonna lie. So I'll just put him here. So I mean that's 3 Dinobots there from the Bay universe. I also did the same for Slug. I mean, I've had Slug for quite some time, but I gave him the same look as well. So, oh, let's put him there. And then I managed to get, someone actually posted me this guy. I don't even know who it is. Someone sent me the alternated Shockwave. This is like the Masterpiece before Masterpieces became a thing. And someone's actually sent me this guy in the post for free. I don't know who it is, but whoever it is, and if you're watching the channel, I just want to say a massive thank you. Because it was obviously posted to me, because it was posted by address. But yeah, I was really, really stoked on that. I mean, I got the package and I was like, oh, okay, what's who likes me? And then, last but not least, this was the last Transformer that I picked up, and that was the Beast Machines Scavenger. So that was my Transformers haul and my Mighty Max haul. Really, really, really good month in May. Flea markets, car boots, etc. are starting again from tomorrow. So hopefully I can actually do things and get things and do a bit more customs. So, right, on that note, that is my hauls. I'm going to do some more when I do have some more stuff to show you. So, enjoy, and good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And thank you for tuning in. And that is my hauls. Peace out.